Good morning, fellow travelers. It's just Jeremiah here on the southern Hawaii coast, finishing up a night of homelessness, getting ready to hitchhike back into the civilization side. Now, yesterday was magical. Oh my gosh, Paul was so nice. Like, we literally picked up a ride by 8 in the morning and drove with him for 11 hours in his convertible that he rented. He bought us breakfast. I tried to pay. He wouldn't let me. I told him that I wanted to thank him, and he just said that he's hiked the Appalachian Trail. He's done maybe 650 miles in a month period or something. I forget what it was, but something impressive. And he got so many rides hitchhiking. He has to pass it forward. And he'd rather be the one giving it to the minimalists at that moment. So yeah, he wouldn't accept anything. And just such a solid guy. And me, I can overshare, or I can share about things that matter, where most people are just grazing the superficial. And he jumped right into, sharing personal points of his life and just opening up, making himself vulnerable. And I'm not saying that I need people to do that. I'm just saying it shows a lot of strength to share vulnerability. Yeah, and it was just, a really magical experience the whole time. I called it too. I'm kind of a know-it-all, definitely know-it-all. And I was like, we're going to get a ride and hang out with people all day, and it's going to be amazing. So that's what it was. Traveling together with people can be tough. And Agatha and I are out of sync. Unfortunately, the dynamic is not flowing, and it feels, at least from my perspective, which is a very limited point of view, feels a lot like the way things had started last year at first. And it became something beautiful, but at first it was just a little rough. And we don't have 3 weeks to hang out together to get back to that point. And I don't know. To be honest, I'm seriously considering splitting off on my own today, and we've discussed it already. I don't want to leave her hanging, but she's a big girl. She has what she needs to she can go get all the tent and the stuff that she would need to keep going, or she could just fly back to Honolulu or what. I'm not trying to get into the angle, because obviously it's an issue of dynamic, and that's what I always like to say, because it's so easy for me to just assume that there's a problem with people. But that's not true. And it's easy probably for you to assume there's a problem with me, because it seems like I have issues with people. But I've learned to become a lot more assertive in my life. I used to be a big pushover, and I wasn't happy. And I'm at the point where I'm learning to be more assertive, and it can come out awkward, and it's not taken very well a lot of times, but I'm not going to shirk away from setting boundaries. I'm not. And the way people receive it, maybe it's me. It could possibly be me, but if people don't receive it well, I just can't help but see that as a red flag. And I've spent a lot of time in my life feeling drained by people through just consciously ignoring red flags. And I'm not saying that's the case with my good friend Agatha, and we're still fine, we're friends, but I just don't feel like the dynamic is as strong enough for me to continue traveling with her today. So it's kind of sad, definitely, but I'm kind of proud of myself, which sounds funny, and I'm sure she wouldn't like to hear, because I usually don't and didn't stand up for myself, and it's not easy. It's not easy expressing yourself. And yeah, I did. And maybe it wasn't the right decision, but I'm just glad I'm finally working to a point where I can learn to set those boundaries. And honestly, I feel like it's going to be what keeps me out of some draining situations, On a lighter note, look where I am. This is amazing. Oh, man. Who knows where I'm going next? I have no clue. My money's getting thin, really thin. I guess I'll bring it up. Time to bring it up. I put a lot of work into this. Seriously, at this point, I edited 3 hours of videos yesterday, 4 hours of videos yesterday. I'm sitting next to this, literally hitchhiking next to the most beautiful scene ever, walking down the road, just editing videos while I'm next to my friend who's just like, what the fuck? This is taking a lot of energy. and like to experience this, I really don't need to put it on YouTube. And what happens is I'm really struggling because I need to go and like get to money again and like can't continue this. So I hate to say it, but like, dude, come on. How much have you watched my channel? I'm not trying to make you feel like you need to. There's no expectation, but like, I appreciate a donation or two now and then. Like, not from each of you. I'm just saying, like, there's 1,700 people, and it's been months since I've gotten anything. Like, I put over 1,000 hours. I've probably gotten a total of a penny, like maybe 10 cents an hour, a penny to 10 cents an hour for all the work I've put in. And yeah, like, I don't expect people to just like pay for me to do this, but like, how much do you pay for your Disney Plus subscription? It's pretty discouraging to put in 3-4 hours of work in a day while taking away from my trip in Hawaii to put it up and just like, yeah, make like $25 in a month off of YouTube ads. To be honest, like if I don't start getting any, contributions, and I get it. Some of you are like, Jeremiah, he's begging. Go watch a $1 million YouTube channel, and he's asking for likes, subscribes, comments, for you to share, for you to join the Patreon, for you to buy the merchandise, for you to hit up the ad affiliate, for you to hit up the sponsorship. You know what I mean? And like the thing is, it's not that the successful ones do that. The people who do that become successful. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm trying my best to leave this content out of this type of like public television pitch. But like, seriously, I work hard to provide good content. I'm getting better at it slowly. I'm like spending a lot of time editing, and it's taking time out of my day. Like, my goal would be to like, maybe if people were to start contributing more often, or I started coming up with ways to make more money through this, like, dude, I'm just going to take my content, zip it over to India, let them edit it for me. I'll pay some guy to edit it. But like, I can't continue gathering this level of content just handing out freebies. I mean, that's cool and all, but honestly, just so you know, if no one feels like contributing at all, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna put up the non-skippable ads right away, like probably in like 2 days, and I'm going to definitely gonna create a Patreon page and put like 3/4 of all this stuff on there. With my YouTube will just be a commercial for the stuff you have to pay to get to. And that's sad, but the thing is, dude, I'm performing a service. Like, seriously, if you don't see this as a service, I don't know. I get it, but this, I don't need this camera to make this moment better. To me, it's something I want to share with people, but it's like, in order to be able to keep continuing doing it, like, yeah, it's my pitch. You probably all tuned out already. It's going to get on to a great day, but I've got some solid points, and I'm not assuming you guys are made of gold, but like, seriously, if half of the people, if every one of my subscribers gave me 50 cents a month, I could do this indefinitely because my costs are so low. It's not like I'm like, give me money, and then I go out like blowing it on Coke or going out to eat. Like, I literally eat out of grocery stores, have all my weed already, hitchhike around, don't pay for gas. Like, my costs are so low. I can literally live off the scraps of society. And yeah, I'm struggling. I'm like super stressed and struggling right now because I want to do the paint thing. And I guess I'm going to go, maybe people not being willing to contribute is giving me the opportunity to go and push hard towards painting on the beach to make money, which is what I want to do. But yeah, I'll tell you, it feels a little draining. This whole thing is feeling kind of draining. Yeah. And I'm stressed about money. Stressed about that job search, and I'm doing my best, but like, it's starting to bleed into my Hawaii trip. So yeah, that's about it. I guess I'm not so much letting you know that I expect you to toss me money. I'm just telling you that if no one's tossing me money, you're gonna have to watch long ads without being able to skip, and there's probably gonna be a Patreon page you'll have to pay for, and I'll basically just get a fraction of the money I would if everyone would contribute the same amount, because YouTube will be getting a good portion of the money through the Patreon and all that other stuff. But I guess that's just why people have Patreons, is because people will pay if there's an ultimatum. You want to see this stuff? you know? So I guess that's my next steps. Look for Patreon, figure out how to like just get some real basic content up here, maybe like a minute or two a day, and then just get the rest up on Patreon. Yeah, this isn't a guilt trip. It's just like I've been feeling this way for a long time. And yeah, it's funny. The only time I got contributions was when I was at the slabs. And I'm not really trying to pursue. I think I relied off the slabs as a crutch. It blew up my channel, and I felt like I kept having to go back there. And I really had a great time this last time, and it really did blow it up. But I don't know. I feel like I want more wholesome people. I want people that want to see me hitchhike around Hawaii. I want people that are going to watch my channel for the art. People that might tune in for a daily science news article, or people that are curious why every day when I tell a joke I'm in some random different spot, like an airport or a beach or the back of a convertible, or what am I doing? Why don't I have a shirt on? Why am I telling a joke with a backpack? I want people, I love you guys. I know a lot of you guys are my slab people, but I guess I feel like some of the expectation is to like dive deep into grunge. And I've got some grunge, but man, I've got some big dreams too. And not that people that are grungy don't have them. Yeah, I want to show more wholesome stuff. And I want to get views in the process. So I got to figure out how while making money and not needing to go someplace where people make up lots of dark stories about you because your YouTube is doing well all of a sudden, or because you just went to Hawaii and didn't answer back to their messages. Yeah, I don't need a place like that in my life. And people can say whatever they want, people can think whatever they want, but the thing is, I have learned that when someone is saying stuff about a person where they can't defend them, a lot of times it's because they don't want to be called out. And I'm not on here saying negative stuff about people, tearing them apart. I'm telling you, there's a problem with our dynamic every time. So, there have to be times where the problem is with the other person, and I'm saying it's a dynamic issue. So what does that really tell you? If the other people are the ones always blaming. Loving you. Not your favorite video, huh? But it's real. That might have to be more real. Because to be honest, if I went on this way for much longer, I'd probably just quit doing YouTube. Loving you.